going on, FG fam? Welcome to another episode of the Cincinnati Bengals franchise here on Madden 21 Next Generation. And as you guys know, we have made it through another offseason in this series after falling to the Cleveland Browns in the postseason in the divisional round. We look to retool our team in the offseason, and now we're going to see who makes the roster here in the preseason. Make sure you guys drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel for the love of franchise content. It's literally all we do here. We can build a winner together. We start off with the Bengals taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Bengals at home, and we will see what will happen. But first, Jacob Martin was a preseason free agent signing, $4.5 million. Pretty hefty price, but I think Jacob Martin could really help out the defense and the linebacking core as a whole. So we brought him in to see what he's got. Here's a run for Robinson early on, and he gets the first touchdown of the game. And a good rushing touchdown for Jacksonville that put them on top 7-0. They go fake punt later on, and they are springing loose for a first down to the 24-yard line of Cincinnati. And the Jaguars coming out aggressive in this preseason game. Here's Gardner Minshew on 3rd and 4, looking across the middle, but it is batted away by a new acquisition, Fred Warner, and forces a field goal attempt, which is good. 10-0. Kind of ashamed of our offense. Obviously, as most of you know, we do play the moments in this series, and I'm very ashamed at how the offense and now the defense is playing as McCullough is able to get into the end zone for Jacksonville as well. 17-7 is the score. Here late in the first half, it is Triplett who gets in, and he's looking to make the squad, of course. And that's going to help him a lot, making big-time sacks and big moments. That leaves a 4th and 21, but still later on in the half, as it's coming to a close, there's a touchdown run for Armstead, and it doesn't seem to matter who's in the backfield for Jacksonville. Tends to be a weapon. 24-7 is the score with 1:01 to play in the half, and there's a nice throw over to Moody. That from Austin Colbert. Here's Colbert again, dropping back on 1st and 10. He finds Moody again, and Moody just brought down by the shoelaces by Miles Jack. Colbert starting to play pretty well. Hopefully they heat up going into the second half, because here at the end of the first half, it is 24-10. So we go into the third quarter. Colbert still in the ball game, and Colbert looking for an open man. He finds one in Merritt. Merritt trying to make this roster again and really get a more pivotal role in it. 3rd and 9, Colbert with the pump fake. He throws into way too much traffic. That is intercepted. And Jacksonville with a freebie there from Easily. Nice pick by him. And Jacksonville just takes a 41-10 lead. Any silver lining we could find, not coming in this game, as there's Andrew Wingard with an interception, his second of the game. Of course, hit as he threw that time was Finley, but it doesn't matter. Here 1st and goal, Finley in the ball game. Again, 3:06 to go. He gets a touchdown throw to the rookie Jacobson, the undrafted rookie free agent. Jacobson trying to make this roster, but all in all, a very bad opening preseason game by this Bengals team. 44-17 in favor of the Jacksonville Jaguars. They got 6 takeaways in this game, and I don't care who it is, but there has got to be some more taking care of the football for these Bengal quarterbacks. So we take a look. Jake Luton threw 3 touchdowns and a pick. Ryan Finley had a touchdown and an interception, and Austin Colbert. Wow, he played so well as a backup last year, but here, 3 interceptions in this first preseason game. He's going to have a lot of work to do if he wants to be named the backup quarterback. Obviously, we all know Burrow probably going to be named the starter. We don't like to give out guarantees here, but it's pretty close. It's about as close as it can be. So, some pretty good receiver play from guys like Merritt, Moody, of course, trying to make the squad again. Bernard is pretty much on the squad. He's one of the best players on the team, period. And Triplett, of course, trying to make this squad. He got a sack in this one. Wingard, a couple of picks for them. Hey, Jordan Lewis got an interception. He's really looking, as we did bring in Jair Alexander. And we have 3 really good corners. He wants to be the one that isn't the slot guy, but we'll see what ends up happening. He did get that pick 6 Jordan Lewis played pretty well, and good news if you're Jordan Lewis, you won't have to compete against Jair Alexander right now because he's going to be out for 5 whole weeks with an abdominal tear. But we take a look here. We looked possibly into trading Von Bell in the last episode, aka offseason live stream. But here, Denver giving us a pretty good offer. A 2nd, a 5th, and a 7th. And it's kind of hard to say no to that. So we are going to let Von Bell go. And the reason we're going to do that is because he is in the last year of his contract. And we're probably not bringing him back, especially with the drafting of Isaiah Norton, who looks to be a pretty darn good rookie. Luke Morris is going to come in along with Tarvarius Moore. We'll see who wins the backup strong safety job to Isaiah Norton, who pretty much is super happy that he is guaranteed this strong safety starting spot. But he could also play his way out of it if one of those two guys play extremely well as we go into the second preseason game against the LA Chargers. So the Chargers coming into Cincinnati, both of our home games in the preseason already taken care of. Here's Burrow up the middle to T. Higgins, and you know he makes a ton of plays regardless, and he is back and ready to go. T. Higgins with a big-time play and a little dance for the home team and the home crowd. 4th and 2, here's an opportunity for Joe Mixon, and he is just stuffed in the backfield by White. That is not good, and still no score into the second quarter, and that time Mixon not going to get stuffed in the backfield. In fact, he will find pay dirt for a touchdown. Cincinnati goes up 7-0. Here's Easton Stick in the ball game in the third quarter, and he throws this one underneath. Nice, tough play, and they call that one a touchdown. Don't know that he got in, but Steven Sims into the end zone with a TD. Make it 7-all. Chargers would end up going on to win this game. Not a lot of opportunities in the moments and not a lot of great highlights either. 20-7, Chargers get the win. They get a couple of takeaways, and it was just one of those where the computer just decided it. And that's what happens in play the moments. You never really know. Joe Burrow played relatively well, 150 yards, 11 of 18. Just no turnovers by our quarterbacks, which is how you know that the computer pretty much did it because they decided fumbles when they felt like it. Colbert, though, just not really playing all that well, and that is unfortunate. Joshua Kelly played very well for them. Davion Beckham played better than Joe Mixon, and, you know, that might be just an anomaly. Don't think Davion Beckham is threatening for the starting job, but he might get a couple of carries throughout the year. Obviously, we want to get him a little more involved. Devonta Sims was the one with the touchdown, not Steven Sims. I know Steven Sims was out there. I don't know if anyone signed him, though. So we move on for the sacks. Vic Beasley had a couple. 1.5 for Martin. Told you that Martin would factor in on this defense, and it's looking already like he really could. Kazir White was the one with a forced fumble and recovery. No touchdowns on defense for LA, though. Moving to the third preseason game, and we have to go to the Meadowlands to take on the New York Gigantes. Anybody who doesn't know, that's Spanish for Giants. So here's a fake punt for them, and spin move. Oh my goodness, getting away. And the special teams just hasn't looked really good against these fake punts early on in preseason for Cincinnati. Here's Daniel Jones on 3rd and goal, a wide open Evan Ingram, and this time he doesn't drop the wide open pass. You never know with Evan Ingram, that's always a possibility. But a touchdown and a 7-0 lead for the Giants. Here's Colbert in the second quarter. Nice throw to Jonnu Smith. He gets him down to the 2-yard line. And Cincinnati in business to be able to tie this thing up in the second quarter. 1st and goal, they're going to give it to Joe Mixon, and he is going to pound his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Joe Mixon tying this game up at 7 apiece. And take another look at it, and as you can see, clearly getting his way in there, just toughing it out against Martinez, Peppers, and Tomlinson. That's 3 pretty tough guys to overcome, but Joe Mixon, one of the toughest in the NFL. So we move into the second quarter, about 5:13 to go. Here's Daniel Jones with another opportunity, and Evan Ingram makes another catch. Surprising how Evan Ingram can play so well when you don't want him to. But here's another run for Saquon Barkley at the end of the second quarter, going into the second half. Saquon Barkley, a nice run there, picking up the touchdown for the Giants. They lead 21-7. Can the Bengals score at the end of the half? We'll see. Here's Colbert. That's intercepted by Peppers, and Jabril Peppers has nothing but green in front of him. He will score on a pick six. Make it 28-7 at the half. Not looking good for the Bengals. These preseason games have not gone well. 35-7 here late in the third. Colbert still playing and getting that one over Blake Martinez to Moody. And a touchdown for Moody makes it 35-14. But the Bengals need a lot more than that to get into this game. Now 38-13. Here's Finley into the game with 4:35 to go. It's Newman down the right sideline. Not a guy we expect to make the roster, but who knows if he keeps playing like this. Newman again, number 11, showing up strong here in this fourth quarter. Here's Finley. There's the throw to Jacobson, and he's made a couple of touchdown catches in this preseason. UDFA stud finder. There he is, a wobbly pass over to him, but he's able to outrun the defender, Julian Love, into the end zone for the touchdown. Bengals still lose 38-20, but there's a couple of silver linings to take from that. 3 takeaways for the Bengals is a good thing. They just didn't run the ball the way they normally do. Cincinnati didn't run it with any kind of conviction today, and that's part of the issue. Ryan Finley was the best quarterback out there, 7 of 10. For 86 yards and a touchdown. Colbert played most of the game. We wanted to give him an opportunity. 9 of 18 for 134, a touchdown and an interception. Timothy Knight threw 1 pass for the Giants, but that was in the fake punt. And Saquon Barkley really dominated. 165 yards and a touchdown for Saquon. Joe Mixon had 16 yards and a touchdown, and Davion Beckham just a little bit better than that, but nothing crazy. Evan Ingram caught 10 passes, 2 TDs, 86 yards on the day, and George Moody was our leading receiver with 51 yards and a touchdown. Eric Jacobson catches 1 catch, and it goes for an 11-yard score. So, taking a look on defense, who stood out? Well, for us, not very many people, but Jabril Peppers had a great game, a sack and a pick. Fred Warner had a pick for us. That's about the best defensive standout we can say. And Jesse Bates with a forced fumble and recovery. So, more or less the usual suspects on defense rather than anybody who's looking to obtain a job this season. So we move into the final preseason bout, and this one on the road at US Bank Stadium against the Minnesota Vikings. And we'll see. This is the last opportunity to earn a starting job. None of the big offensive starters are going to be playing in this game, giving an opportunity for some other guys. But Dalvin Cook running over the defense early on in the first quarter makes it 7-0. Then a field goal opportunity, and that one is good, making it 7-3. So later on, it is Alexander Madison running on 4th and 3, does not pick up the first down. Bengals come out onto the field. Here's Finley pitching it out to Raheem Mostert. We hadn't seen what he was able to do yet in this preseason. Signed on as possibly the 3rd, maybe 2nd running back. Depends on what ends up happening in the preseason. Here's a 3rd and 10. Big throw downfield to Irv Smith from Gallery. 47 yards total for him so far throwing the football. There's Madison. He's got a wide open hole, and he just trucks the defenders into the end zone for the touchdown. Alexander Madison running in like he is Dalvin Cook. Make it 14-10. Coming up on halftime, Ryan Finley looking to get something done, and unfortunately that one was way off. And that is intercepted by Dye, who I believe could be a user. I'm not quite sure. Let me know in the comments if you're Dye. I don't know. Here's Finley with an opportunity in the 3rd, and what a grab from T. Higgins. You know he can make the plays. It's just a matter of when they're going to happen. A 38-yard grab from T. Higgins for the touchdown makes it 17-14 and gives the Bengals a lead here in the second half. Vikings striving to take the lead back. It's Gallery into the end zone. He finds Irv Smith Jr. for the touchdown, and the Vikings regain the lead. Lead changes aplenty here in witching hour, third quarter. Still third quarter, 3:08 to play. Finley up the middle is intercepted by Eric Kendricks. And Kendricks brings it back to his own 14. That's where the Vikings would get it. Unfortunately, they do nothing with the football. Bengals a late opportunity, 2:15 to play underneath to Jacobson. That one's caught. There's a dirty laundry on the field. We got to see what this one is. It looks like it's going to be a roughing the passer call against Minnesota. That is a bad break. Curtis Bolton called for the infraction. And that is going to give the Bengals a better opportunity here. 3rd and 2, Ryan Finley running with it, and he's able to pick up the first down with 1:52 to go at the 8-yard line. So Bengals set up new set of downs. Down 4 points, 1st and goal. Finley scrambling. Finley takes off into the end zone for the touchdown, and the Bengals lead it again. Ryan Finley with some comeback charm. But here is Minnesota, and that is intercepted by Newton. Newton trying to make this team. Caleb Newton possibly will make this team. We'll see. He makes a big interception there. Here's Raheem Mostert, and nobody going to catch him. Bobbing and weaving through the defense. A touchdown. And that one puts it on ice for Cincinnati. A 34-24 lead leads to a 34-31 victory here on the road in Minneapolis. 2 takeaways for the Vikings, but the rushing game just too much for them to stop. And it didn't matter if it was Mostert. It didn't matter if it was Beckham. It didn't matter if it was the quarterback. Ryan Finley, again, better than Colbert out there, but 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions isn't exactly all that impressive. Colbert had 1 for 2 for 15 yards. Not exactly his... Not even really a serious performance to put out there. 96 yards and 2 touchdowns for Raheem Mostert. He played extremely well. Zach Newman and T. Higgins both with the shithouse of 111. Touchdown for Higgins. And Jacobson again playing pretty well, making some catches. He made 34 yards worth of catches. On defense, sack for DJ Reader. A couple guys split a sack. Newton with an interception. And there you have it. So we take a look at the total stats for the preseason. Ryan Finley, 479. He had 3 touchdowns, 3 picks. Colbert, a touchdown and 4 interceptions. I don't know. I don't know if he could be the backup the way he played. Burrow obviously didn't get a ton of work in the preseason, and why would he? Raheem Mostert, 20 carries for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. Beckham played well as well. Joe Mixon, the worst average-wise, and he had a fumble in preseason, but he was just warming up, and you know that Joe Mixon's going to be the starter. That's not even really a question. Finley also had 24 yards of rushing at the quarterback position. T. Higgins played out of his mind this preseason. Zach Newman played fairly well. George Moody played well. Meekins played well. Jacobson played well. Everybody was playing well who caught a pass. Honestly, there weren't that many guys that were slacking out there in the receiving game. Dakota Torrance leading us in tackles. You love to see that. A couple of guys not giving up any sacks here. Ortiz at center did pretty well. Wyatt Teller, a big free agent signing for us. We want him to do well. He did very well. On defense, yep, it was Torrance. You had Jacob Martin with a sack and a half. Same with Lawson. Davis Gaither got a sack as well. Max Rollins, the rookie, was able to get a half a sack. So, not too bad. There were some guys out there that were playing, and there's some guys out there that have earned some playing time. We will find out what ends up actually happening during this season, but we'll go over some guys that are going to get cut in just a moment. Austin Seibert was 3 of 3 on field goals, 9 of 10 on extra points, and Ruben Hart pretty much going to be our punter. And Raheem Mostert will probably have the kick return, punt return duties. No big deal there. Travion Williams, we didn't want him. We sent him away for a 5th-round pick from the Houston Texans. That one coming in 2024. Renell Wren was another guy that wasn't going to make the squad. A 4th-round pick from the Bills for him. That one coming this season. We'll see what we can turn that into. John Garrity, the right outside linebacker, going to get practice squatted. he really didn't make any plays, and it wasn't like he didn't have any downs to prove himself. Luke Morris at strong safety, we took him as a UDFA, and now he is going to have an opportunity to prove himself on the practice squad before he can hit the field. Kicker Addison Scarborough, I'm okay with keeping him around, but again, we're going to move him over to the practice squad. He's not needed at the present time. Punter Lucas Malone, we drafted him. We spent a draft pick on him, and we're going to let him fester on in the practice squad in case we need a punter for later. If we don't, then we don't. James Ortiz, he played pretty well. I'm proud of the way he played, but it is tough. Some of these cuts have to be tough, and you can't cry about them. So James Ortiz will find his way to the practice squad. We're not willing to give up on him just yet, though. Isaiah Prince was a guy that really did not play well this preseason and isn't a guy that I'm going to want on my team going forward. So Isaiah Prince can't be a practice squad player, so he will be cut by Damian Dodson at corner, a 66 overall. He's a hidden development. I'm taking a real risk putting him on the practice squad because somebody could easily pick him up, but we will throw him onto the practice squad as well. That sets up the season, and it will begin 7 p.m. on Monday Night Football against the Cleveland Browns in Cleveland. I hope you guys are ready for that, as we will be taking on the Browns and the Bills and the Panthers, all away games, before finally having our home opener in week number 4 against the Browns. So another 2 Brown episode coming to you to start season number 2 here in the Cincinnati Bengal franchise. I hope you guys will drop a like on this video, subscribe if you're new to the channel for the love of franchise content. It's literally all we do here. We can build a winner together, and if you want to see more franchise, make sure you click right here to see some more franchise.